guys, welcome to Didedi's Crafty Corner and welcome to week number 4 of my 52-week Gorgeous Girl series. Okay, so I have to first off start by telling you guys there is no video footage of this card. None. Because last night around 2 o'clock in the morning when I finally finished this card, that's when I did the gold on there, I decided I could not show this card, that it was just not good enough, that I was going to need to redo it. And I sat there for a while. Like I said, this is 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I deleted it. I deleted the entire footage, all of it. This morning I come back into the craft room and I'm going to start over. And I look at it again and I'm like, I kind of like it, actually, you know. So my point to all of this is that sometimes just walk away from your work, right? But yes, I did delete it from my phone, and I did really delete it. I mean, I got rid of it for good. Not because I never wanted to see it again, but because I only can store so much space on my phone for videos. So when I delete all the way. All right, but with that said, I wanted to show you what I used and go ahead and show the card because, yeah, could it be better? Yeah, but this is the card. This is the one I made, and I think that I think it should go in the series because this is going to be a learning thing for me as we go along. This is something that I'm new to, this whole process right here. So let's get started and show you what I used. I started with a typical A2 size card. It was off-white in color when I started. I distressed the card background itself in just vintage photo. And then this panel right here was cut out. Remember when I showed you guys the cat Scrappiness Distressed edge dies? I had cut this out with this die, and I said I would use it in another project, so I did. I had done it in a very light color. I went back in with vintage photo and then back in with walnut, and I really distressed it to pieces. And then recently I showed you that I picked up the gears, the package of gears from Sizzix and Tim Holtz, and I had cut out a whole bunch of those that day. I used only the ones I had cut out, and I distressed those all black, and then I adhered them down. Okay, now so far I was liking the card. I was thinking, whoa, this is cool. I'm really into this whole gear thing. Then I decided I wanted to try my Tonic Studios Gilding Flakes on there. And they're still, believe me, when you open these Gilding Flakes, guys, you got Gilding Flakes for life. So these in gold. So what I did is I used a tacky glue. In my case, I used the, I'm not seeing it in front of me. I used the, hold on. Oh, I have the small one. Here it is. The Zig. So this is the one that has a chisel tip. And I just went around the areas where I wanted the gold to be. As soon as that glue got tacky, instead of being shiny, when it went from being blue to being where I couldn't see it anymore, that's when I went ahead and applied my flakes. After I applied my flakes, I went in with a very stiff this is just a very cheap paintbrush, right? I cut it down so it's very, very stiff. I went in and I just brushed all the extra off, and then I quit. That's where I left it, right there. And then I'd already colored the little girl. I did her in greens. I think I did G43 and G46. And then the peaches are R20, or the little peach around the dress is R20 and R23. R20 and R22. The bear was done in E53 and E55. And then I distressed her. So I did her hair. I added a little bit of red in there just to give it a little bit of variation from the card. And then I distressed her all around the edges with a sponge that I had just folded up into a tiny little bit. And I just went and I distressed her all around her gloves, all around her legs, all into her dress and into the bear so that she would match the scene, right? Because when we stamped her out, she looked like this. She was white. Even when I colored her, she was bright, you know, just like when you color something, it was really bright. So I had to distress her as well. That's when I decided I didn't like the card. That's when I decided, well, the Gilding Flakes too, maybe. The Gilding Flakes threw me for a loop because I like perfect and they are not perfect, right? And then when I distressed her, I was like, oh my gosh, she was so pretty. But it did give the effect, right? She does look aged. She does match the card, so it worked. So that's why I'm saying I had to show it, because the things that I did do did work. Is it my finest work of a card? No. Do I love it? Yes, today I do. But at 3 o'clock in the morning, I did not. So then I went ahead and I added my signature flowers. I think I'm going to put flowers on every single card. It's just, I'm loving it. I tried to incorporate a little bit of lace just to kind of take away a little bit of the edginess. That didn't work. But I did add a little gold foiled little scrolly thing down there because I just wanted a little extra gold to tie in those gears. I put a little bit of Winkostella on her stockings and her glove, and a little bit of glossy accents on her collar and her bows and her shoes, just to give her a little bit of dimension on there. And I don't, you know guys, I have to tell you, here's the original, by the way. So nothing like the original. But I kind of like it. In fact, I'm really proud that I did this. But I was not last night. Just going to put that out there. So this is week number 4, and let's see who she was. Forget Me Not. And like I said, that is number 4, Forget Me Not. And that's what it is. And so next week we'll be moving on to number 5. I left the inside of the card just off white. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with them yet, and I'm not sure about sentiments yet. If I put them on there, you guys are getting a horrible glare from that light. If I put them on there at all, they'll be on the inside of the card. But for right now, the other thing I wanted to mention is getting these to adhere down to this very inked up background was not easy, so highly recommend hot glue. Okay? Highly recommend it. But so there's the card. Let me give you a close-up, if I can. Okay. Beep, 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 beep. There she is. I'll add a picture at the end as well. And now let's go see what we're doing next. Number 5. I don't peek. I don't peek ahead of time, guys. I like it to be a surprise. Okay. Number 5 is Ladybird. Number 5 is Ladybird. And that's what she looks like. Super cute. Super cute, right? Ruffles in the dress right here. I'm gonna have to try that. See how I can do with the ruffles. Okay, so this is going to be next week. Here is this week's. I am so sorry for no footage, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video anyway, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.